Hi, this is Sheila Corona with Conscious Conversation Central, and I'm back again. It is still Monday, March the 5th, 2018, and I am with my friends, Lisa Flamino Rush and BZ Rieger. And we're going to talk about the harmonics of the river of love that's going to flow, or that is actually it's flowing now, right? From from each one of us into the all. Is that,
that's my read on it? Yep.
have I termed that properly?
Yeah, because we moved out of the thing where, our higher selves were out there and everything's outside of us and I'm little me, and we haven't been in that part of space or that part of the frequency band in quite some time. So the river of love is, I suppose if one is very service to self and one is very constrained and very dense and in all manner of ways, it could be construed that the river of love is outside of them and lapping at their floors and knocking on their door to get in.
Well, see, all of us, see, yeah, I'm confused now. Because I still feel like is it just that I'm not allowing all of me in yet? Is that what is going on here for me? Because,
what, you got a problem with the river of love?
No. What you just said about, having our higher self out there somewhere, that portion that you just said.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like my higher self is still out there somewhere and yet here too, but.
Well, that's because you don't trust yourself, and that's your ego mind talking. When you just said, I kind of feel like, who's the I in that sentence?
Okay.
When you say, I see colors when my eyes are closed, who's the I in that sentence? Are they the same eyes? Who is the one who just said the
Oh shit.
Was it the one?
I don't know. I'm confused now.
Was it no, you have to play. Was it the one who's getting hot now? She's burning stuff off.
You guys are killing me. Oh, okay, wait a minute. My head starts.
Was it the one that sees color? Was the one that said, the one that sees colors? Or is it the one that says, but I thought my higher self's out there? Is the one who's saying, I thought my higher self's out there, have any kindred spirit to someone who likes to roll in the mud?
Wait a minute. They're all me. Right?
Granted.
They're each vibrational frequencies of you. That's correct. And they are predominant frequency vibrations that you hold in that space. And so the totality of you in that space is one signature of one thing, which is one form or one depth of expansion.
Yeah, I understand. I'm comprehending more and more why it feels like trying to hold water in your hand when you're trying to differentiate these things or have them
But
meld.
feel it. They feel different. Nay, they're glaringly, obviously different in their feeling. Palpably so. From a couple miles away.
Sometimes yes, but sometimes no. So when it feels when I'm saying that I can't feel the difference, then that's when I'm in the little I, the ego I.
Well, yeah, and you're wrinkling your brow now, so there's confusion.
Yes, there is.
So the heart knows, and the mind
is throwing a monkey wrench in it.
Yeah.
The mind questions.
Because it doesn't know. But it's got a track for you to run on and a program that it can make up for you. Because if it made the program, then it can run the program. So this is a beautiful illustration.
What were you saying about this being quick?
I know I said it was a mistake as soon as I said that. It was really a mistake. I take it back. So the harmonics that are okay from one of your eyes perspectives are flowing all around out there. Nothing to do with you. You're separate from everything.
No, I won't go that far anymore.
Okay. And they're not only there are not only new frequencies coming in, they actually are changing the harmonics of your existing frequencies. So they're actually setting you to vibrating. And in a linear and delicate way, they're getting the vibrating, all the crap right out of you.
I can attest to that.
As we're seeing, how many minutes were we in?
And the sweater came off. A minute, I think. A minute in. Good thing this is a short one.
Right. Okay, we're done. It's a scientific study, right? We had a hypothesis. We put it out there. Sheila's already showing us with the aids and the coat. And, so we're good. In a minute, she's going to be freezing, and we can call it a wrap.
Awesome, let's go. Our freezer.
On to 14.
We got other videos to make,
Never mind.
We're not playing around. Not all fun and game.
That's right. As we've reduced me to a puddle in the corner.
Yeah.
So the harmonics that are coming in are they really are. I mean, it's as simple as that. Is they are setting you to vibrate, and they're setting every part of you, each cell in your body, each organ, each everything is vibrating now at those harmonics, which are much higher, much more rarefied, if you wanted to hold it that way. And so that has a tangible, echoing response in your body. Not just your body, but all of your bodies. So your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, the electromagnetic body, so and your home area, all of those things. So every facet, avenue, aspect, sector, segment, nuance of that which you would term your being, your life, your universe, your reality.
Mm-hmm.
The harmonics have set all of that vibrating. And if you ever looked at a soundboard, as in a soundboard and a modulating board, the frequency, and you see the pictures of sound, or if you've ever seen I put a video and some stories on it recently in the IUV.
Cymatics.
There you go. And you'll see, it humming, and it changes the pattern. So that's a good metaphor for what's happening now with the harmonics of the river of love that's coming in, and it's shifting all of that. So if you're come from a service to self structure, and when I'm saying this as examples now, I'm not talking about, Illuminati or that. I'm just talking about people,
in your own life.
I can think of I can think of, I need several more hands to count all the ones that I can think of just off the top of my head. And it's not just them, but that's one example. So those harmonics are making them all vibrate. So how many people can you say that all of a sudden have lots of colds, the flu, in quotes, epidemic, and all of these other things, or they're having accidents, or the cars are breaking down, or this is happening, or something at the job, or some kind of illness, or the list is long for the metaphors that are arriving, but they're arriving whole hog. It's like an onslaught, I've heard so many people say, you can't catch a break, because it's constant. Well, the resistance to that, the fighting against that, the diving under the covers and into the ego mind and all of that, well, yeah, that'll exacerbate it. Flowing with it and not, trying to hold the coat of those shedding harmonics on you, mm-hmm. will let it ease very quickly. There's still going to be some work. It's, you're a great being that has taken itself from, infinity size and stuffed a large measure of it in this body and played small. So pretending. And since you are so magnificent and so great at creating, because, hey, that's what you do, and it's fun, you've done a bang-up job of the pretending. And you've pretended on pretending on top of pretending. And, you got many layers of all that you got to let go of. So when the harmonics are coming through, there's a lot of crap falling off all over the place.
Yes, and that's going to be seen and felt in the outside. And so I can only imagine if I hadn't already begun noticing some things. Mm-hmm. So as these, like you were saying, you've heard folks saying, it's, can't catch break because there's just one thing right after the other. If one were to take some time and feel into each one of those things and notice, there might be some messages there for one to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So anytime you want to blame, put your name on the thing you're pointing at.
Right.
That's a good way to turn it around. Anytime you want to hurl vitriol, instead, be the fierce champion of that, whatever it is. So there's lots of ways you can do it. It really depends, how you do it. Lucy's already given some examples in other videos we've done. you want to give some now? Does any come to mind for you?
Of how to do this? Yeah, I really want to. I can't think of a single one.
That's okay.
Well,
Well, jump in when you do. But one of them is, it's the noticing. And when I say it's as simple as noticing, it's huge. So people can say, "Well, I got to work." It can just okay. Well, that's an excuse because I got to work too. So, okay. And my point would be what? I can still notice things when I'm doing whatever I'm doing. And I sometimes have to do complicated, intricate stuff. I can still, right? So you can notice a thought, you can notice a feeling, you can notice a reaction, you can notice something that comes by. It's not mutually exclusive of everything else. But what it does is it gets you in a whole different space very quickly. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't take. Well, I was going to say it doesn't take physical effort, but that's probably a lie.
Yeah.
sometimes
No, it's physical effort.
physical effort.
I'll take that back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes it takes quite a bit of physical effort, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. But okay.
But there's the commitment, So
right.
if you can't if we're working on, we'll still play with this kind of thread. If you can't catch your break, well, so life sucks anyways, right? So would it suck more if you made a commitment and started noticing? I mean, would it cost you a lot to make the commitment to start noticing? Because it already sucks. So, hey, and you can't catch your break, so you got on top of substitute, right? What do you got to lose? Right.
Right.
And the beauty of it is that it actually is less and less and less and less and less because it shifts things around. Because now, when that harmonics is shaking, setting you to vibrating to shake everything off. I don't have something on my hand, but if I had something, I'm going to shake everything off and this flies away. Well, if I'm noticing and I'm committed to this, right, and I can be in as neutral a place as I can. And so if I'm absolutely down in the muck and mire, maybe a neutral place from that would be, instead of 40 feet deep, I'm 20 feet deep. So don't try to, go to hallelujah, right? Just, and when you do that, now just that little shift, that little commitment, that little step of trust in oneself and commitment to your soul shifts the harmonic ever so slightly, or I should say the more apt way to phrase it is that it shifts the resistance to the harmonic ever so slightly, and so things slide off instead of flying off, right? So, you can, now you do that a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and you're built, because it's building on. Everything is in a magnitude of, right? Just as it works the other way, can't catch a break, right? That's a magnitude of. So this noticing commitment is a magnitude of in the expansive way. Now things are sliding off, like ducks rolling off, like water rolling off your back, right? So all these kind of euphemisms that we have, you can see that they're a way to do that. And we just did the quantum shower thingy. and others are referring to things, the event and that kind of stuff. Well, you're going to have the mother of all harmonics and the shaking coming right quick here. So,
yeah. Sheila and I were just
choosing.
We were just kind of talking about that the other day, about how, well, I call it sort of rungs on the ladder, but it's too big of a step sometimes to get from where I'm at to where I want to be. And so I just take baby steps. I find the thing that, this is the Abraham trick I learned long ago. You find the next thought that levels you up. you know, and maybe it's not desperation anymore or fear, but it's anger, which isn't ultimately where you want to stay or be for any length of time. It's not the goal, it's not the end point, but it takes you closer to where you are going, because now you're leveling up just a little bit. And if you can consciously, you know, be aware to choose to level up, helps me greatly, because maybe I can't get from where I am emotionally, even just dealing with a thing that suddenly happens. Knowing that flow is there and being able to consciously tap into the next step for you, it's really helped me too to just sort of let go of any attachment to how it needs to look or feel, and just go with what brings me relief in this moment. It's helping me a great deal.
Yeah, and then you keep going, and when you play with whatever, you know, you use the ladder, every rung, maybe it's just, you just put your hands, you know how to use your ladder goes like this, and there's a rung across, but if you hold onto the sides of the ladder, you don't have to go to the next rung, you can go halfway in between them. Right? And so dance with it, play with it, you know, and if it's anger, as you gave an example, well then, you know, do a stomp, tap, and a clog dance, you know, on the anger, and before you know it, you actually got some rhythm, you got some shaking and rocking, and things are falling off, and you're feeling better, and right? And so now, you know, but that's how you do it.
And you keep climbing. Yeah. Reach for the next thing that gives you that little bit of relief and shake that off. Yeah.
Well, from my perspective, for me, being willing to be open to looking at everything has been the most helpful for me.
Yes.
And look with your heart, and not just the head.
Well, for me, not. Yeah, when I started this, I didn't know. You know, okay, so I pretended not to know, and to some degree, apparently, I'm still pretending, because sometimes I get it, and I'm there, and I can feel the difference immediately, and sometimes it's not that I don't get it. I get it on one level, but then I guess that must be at that point when the ego, I guess, is still saying, "Oh yeah, don't forget, I'm still around."
Well, it's a habit, the vision that just, you know, kind of the metaphor commercial break that came to mind was either the cab keeps driving around and you keep getting in it, or you've got this very suave and come hither, and, you know, really telling you what you want to hear, although kind of smarmy underneath it and you're not recognizing it. As a dance partner, kind of, do you want to dance with them again? And you keep going.
I'm thinking it might be the smarmy one.
All right then.
Let me explain. Let me explain that.
Okay.
Because the minute that came out of my mouth, I was like, "Oh, really?" That's what's smarmy. Okay, so, well, now I don't even really know why I said that, to be honest with you. There was a part of me that was going to claim some, you know, thing from my past about being, you know, sweet talked by smarminess. Maybe that's why. But in this moment of now, I'm like, oh, again, it's like, oh, really? Is that right? I'm a bit surprised all of a sudden to hear all this. So now who's doing the talking?
But see, what's happening is you're calling it out, even if they're still pretending in the confusion, faster and faster and faster. You're calling out your ego on its own false flag offense.
I like that. Oh, that's funny.
Very interesting little interchange that I just went through here.
Yeah.
For myself.
Some light bulbs are going on.
Huh.
Well, and you can kind of always tell if you're coming from the flow, the expansive you, where you know you got this, versus the I can't win a break or whatever. It's finite, it's limited, it's problem riddled. Kind of easy to see who would be running that show.
Yeah, we actually all just had a conversation a few moments ago where your smarmy dance partner never showed up. Wasn't even anywhere near the building.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why now, though? That's the question that I'm.
Habit, and you're not, and you're just not vigilant enough.
That's what it is, isn't it? And it's that. I like that. I know one of these was about taking 24 hours to observe and notice even just your habits. For me, that's what journaling has helped me to sort of narrow that focus so that I can see patterns, because they're so habitual. It's kind of like a groove on a record for me, just playing that same old song. And it's going on in the background, and I'm singing to it, and I'm bebopping, and I don't even realize that that's what I'm doing.
Well, see, that's the beauty of having the two of you, for me personally. The beauty of having the two of you. Well, and a body has to be open. That's, for one thing, what I've experienced with the two of you, in my opinion, may not work for everyone, because not everyone is open to hearing or being called on their BS. And the two of you are so beautiful in that you've come to play with me, and you're willing to call me and my smarmy dance partner out on the BS, because that's very helpful.
But you do the same for me.
Well,
so how long? So that when you said, "Well, why now?" So, you could see it coming. We were maybe 8 minutes into the video, and it swung on the dance floor and said, "My darling, let's dance." And you said, "All right," and you never thought about it. You didn't pause, and I'm watching it going, "Okay, can you do this again? All right." But somewhere along the line, when I think maybe it was something about those two metaphors, when I told you the commercial break came in and you chose one, that's the other thing. You have to play with different things that, metaphors that work for you. And for some reason, there's something about that smarmy dance partner because everything changed. You went back and watched the video at a couple different timestamps. That's, that was a significant one in the change of your energy again.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Like, what am I doing? Wiping the hand that was, holding the dance partner's hand, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And remember, I said, the choosing or recalibrating, sometimes you have to do it
again and again.
Every 3 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah. In my case, sometimes.
Yeah, me
too. The other thing, too, is that, you are in control most of the time. So for example, you read something right before we went on and did our first video tonight. And something about that sparked something in you that was expansive and you were excited about it. And the smarmy dance partner said, okay, I'm going down the block and I'm going to get some coffee because this is going to be a long conversation she's going to have. And I know that I can't even get in the door. I can't get in the door no matter what charming thing I try to throw at her. It's not going to work, right? Because you set that up in your energy field and what you were going in just in the expansion that, okay? So this one, I'm not sure what the trigger was that you didn't, except for maybe just not being vigilant enough. But when it came around, because you didn't start that way, but there's some very shortly after it, you know, dance partner came around and said, let's tango.
Yeah, I will definitely have to go back and watch that because there's nothing in any of this that I would disagree with. And so why the smarmy dance partner decided to come into play and I allowed it is...
That's right. So you were looking at the question. So flip the question, right?
Right.
What was it that why are you allowing that old habit?
Why am I allowing that old habit? Because I'm not really clear if it was anything in the conversation that triggered that necessarily.
Right, and it doesn't have to be. It just you need to put your foot down and absolutely be fierce in your determination that that's it and that's enough. Because your smarmy dance partner will be laid out flat on the ground if we talk about what happened in the shower.
Well, yeah, I'm ready for that smarmy dance partner to just be laid flat out, actually. I'd like to flatten his ass out.
Yeah.
Notice I, for some reason, decided it was a he. Not clear why that is, but...
right, but it's in your cellular structure as well. So talking back to the harmonics, right? And the river of love and shaking and all, so this is, see how it's so nicely circled back around.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, Daisy.
She did. She the smarmy dance partner did it.
Well, so just for me then becoming more vigilant and because like I said, there's really nothing in the conversation that I can at this moment of now point to as to...
Then just notice you're doing it and stop. 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 And do it some more.
Yeah. But there was a part of me that I feel like was trying to be confused, and maybe that's, oh, hold it. That's the way in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the puzzle piece collector, and that's the way in.
Mm-hmm.
Throw a question or oh, you smarmy devil, you. Wow. Okay. So that's very interesting. At least that's a noticing that I hadn't noticed before.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you can still do all of that. You just change the character of it.
Okay. Yeah. It feels different in the way that that's being held too.
So how do you do that? You acknowledge the invitation and say, no, thank you.
No, I wouldn't even acknowledge it.
Well, but
I was talking more about instead of collecting the puzzle pieces, right?
Oh, okay.
You can be discerning how they fit or don't fit, and then letting them go. Take it and fit it, or fit it in the doesn't fit pile. So the extraneous. This is from another puzzle. So you're still doing something with it. You're still doing the collecting, which really means the discernment and the patterns and all that kind of stuff. But you're sorting it. You don't need to bring all the pieces into you, right? You can have your to use that metaphor, you can have your sorting going on. So the smarmy pieces go over here, and then we see how these fit together. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes. On one level, I think. Yeah. There's some more contemplation for me in that.
Yeah. So stop being a linear puzzle piece collector and become a quantum puzzle piece collector.
Like that.
Okay. Well,
and because you're playing with multi-dimensional puzzle pieces, not linear ones anymore.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I like the way that feels. Actually, it's a whole different way to hold that.
It also is a way to thwart the next dance that the smarmy partner was coming in. But that's my moniker. I'm a puzzle piece. Well, I can't give that, you know. You don't have to. You just shift it. It's moving and expanding like everything else.
Well, it seems to be happening a little faster anyway.
Yeah.
This one didn't take 3 days.
Yeah, there you go.
Which
So
is
yeah,
nice.
I think we can close that puppy's envelope right there.
I love that. I love that. Okay.
Me too.
Awesome. All right. Well, I will have Lisa Ann BZ's blogs listed in the show more section of this video. Heart Song Musings and Rush Solutions Tools for Transformation, along with BZ's blog at the IUV. The Friends of the Conscious Conversation Central Facebook page link will also be in the body of this video, along with my email address if you'd like to be a part of the PPC squad, the Quantum PPC squad.
We're going to meet in the quantum.
The new and improved Quantum PPC squad.
I'm loving it.
Please feel free to send me an email and mark add me in the subject line. And that's just a fancy brand new quantum term for my email list. Mm-hmm. And I don't share emails with any other being unless I have your permission. And so thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Till next time.
Till